I'm not what you think I am.
Welcome back, heroes, and I'm Simone.
And I'm Kevin.
And welcome to The Hero Within.
Yeah.
Woo! Where we unearth the secrets of success and the power of human potential. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go, baby. Woo! That's a little Air Force thing. We'll get into that later.
Oh, man.
Shit.
We got a lot of that going on.
Representing the big blue. Orange shirt, but still, you get it.
Today, we have a special report, and that is our review on Captain Marvel.
All right. Yeah, boy.
So, Captain Marvel just came out March 8th, and we got to watch it yesterday.
Yeah. Speaking of the movie, I got Goose right here. I don't know if you can see him. But you know. Gotta represent for all the fellow cat lovers out there, you know what I'm saying?
I love the fact that he's named after people in Top Gun.
Yeah, so. Goose in Top Gun.
Yeah,
right?
that was really cute.
Nice little reference. But yeah, the movie was enjoyable.
It was really a lot of fun.
Alright, heroes, just to be forewarned, there will be spoilers in this movie review, so if you don't want any of that, stop now.
Yes. Or watch the movie first and then watch our review. It's gonna be awesome.
Even better. Alright, let's do it.
So, where the movie falls on the MCU timeline, it falls roughly in the 1990s. I mean, there's a lot of 90s nostalgia in the film. Oh my god.
I felt like a little kid again, man.
Like
it was dope.
Music and everything.
Blockbuster Video.
Oh my god.
Alta Vista search engine, all that shit.
It's so terrible. Like, I'm like, why did I use that?
That's all we had back in the 90s. We may do it. It was our world.
Yeah, that's true. I was a big Alta Vista fan, so.
Me too, man.
However, this is like right before the Avenger Initiative, and S.H.I.E.L.D. seemed to exist during this time, but it was more like a spy agency for other countries, kind of like the CIA. Mm-hmm. So it really, wasn't really that big yet. It hadn't expanded into other territory. Yeah,
Nick Fury was still a low-level bureaucrat, not the director yet. He still had faith in the bureaucracy system and all. He was less jaded, and he still had his eye too. So.
And he had hair.
Yeah, shout out to the CGI people, the wizards who brought his hairline back. That was magic, man.
That was great.
Yeah, I mean, him and Coulson, Agent Coulson looked 25 years younger. And they did a great job of that.
I was really shocked. I looked at Coulson, I'm like, he looks younger. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he did a great job with the CGI.
Yeah. So next we're going to go on to action.
Action.
I thought the action was fantastic. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like too much. It wasn't too little. It was a nice middle ground. Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel was nice with the blast, you know what I'm saying? And I especially loved the part towards the end where she was fighting her mentor or whatever. He's all like, yeah, hey, man, you want to square up? No powers, though, what's up? She's just like, boom, blasting that motherfucker. That's exactly what I would do in that situation. I don't have time for all that bullshit.
Exactly. It was like the fight was over, and she knew it was over, too. But I thought that part was great. I loved the intergalactic battles and, everything that they did. Even the fight scenes in the beginning were really kind of cool, too. Yeah, it was just really neat action. And I liked how it was sort of reminiscent of Thor 3, where they mixed the music with the amazing action scenes, and that's what they kind of did here too.
Indeed. Good stuff.
All right, next is story. So what do you think of the story?
It was an enjoyable ride. I mean, it wasn't Shakespearean by any means, but it was fun. It was easy to follow along. And particularly, I liked the character Maria Rambeau.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was a good representation, black representation in the movie. She was a badass fighter pilot. Actually made me want to jump behind a plane or something and give a pilot's license. I was like, man, I was inspired by that shit. She was killing it on the controls.
Oh, yeah. Dope. She was really good. And I don't know what they were doing, but I was like feeling like those scrolls must have like, their stomach turned upside down when she was doing that stuff. I'm like, are they strapped in? Are they like rolling around? I don't know, because she's like rolling that thing. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, I thought it was a good setup too, because at the end credit scene, it goes back to present day, so you see the Avengers all around the pager that Captain Marvel ends up giving Nick Fury back in the 90s, like use it for emergencies, and they're trying to reactivate the signal. but you know, it's not working. And then finally it does, and she shows up out of nowhere, like, where's Fury at? Like, she was ready to go, like, where my boy at though?
She was mad.
Yeah, she was pissed off.
She was pissed off. Like, why do you guys have that pager, but he's not here?
Yeah, that was a good way to set it up for Endgame.
Yeah, I was so hyped when I saw that. I was like, oh
yes, she
was. So, like,
so what are your thoughts?
So I thought the story was pretty good. It definitely, they left some breadcrumbs at different places where you had some aha moments, which I really liked. As far as the story goes, I didn't really think it was like really unique in any way. It was very typical of, you know, the whole origin story kind of deal. However, what I really liked was the whole female power kind of feeling, which was essentially when she kept standing up as a kid. When every single time that she fell or got hurt, she always stood back up. And that was really, really powerful. And I really liked that scene the most out of everything. Yeah,
and it's a theme that fits with our channel. You get knocked down, get right back up. Heroes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, so are there any best lines that you thought stood out in the movie?
Actually not really. I know some movies I like, wow, there's a line there, like in Dark Knight, where they're like, you know, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Classic.
That's an amazing line right there.
And so many rappers have used that. But anyway, moving on.
But this movie, I didn't find anything particularly specific that caught my attention. So, what about you?
I like the banter. There was a scene between Maria, Talos, the Skrull advisor, and Nick, where, you know, Talos was talking about his shape-shifting powers, and so Maria was like, you know, can you turn into a filing cabinet? Talos was like, why would I ever turn into a filing cabinet? You know, what the fuck? And then Nick's like, hey, you know, can you turn into a Venus flytrap? I'll give you money right now, dead ass, if you turn into a Venus flytrap. He's just like, no. And I thought that was hilarious. So,
Poor Talos.
I know.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is themes of the movie. So in the movie, Carol Danvers, we see her as a kid, we see her multiple stages of her life, and she always manages to get back up.
Yes. Perseverance.
Yes. So she gets knocked down, they tell her that she doesn't belong here, she shouldn't be doing this in the first place, and she just smiles and knows that, you know, she can do whatever she wants. You know, they're doing it. I mean, she even mentions the boys. You let the boys run the racetrack. Why can't I? And that kind of goes back to like the whole female power of equality. The fact that she was able to do things, and even in the Air Force, they were talking about that they weren't even allowing them to really, you know, fly planes very often. So they were the first, you know, people to go out and experiment. This was like the way for them to become, you know, real pilots and real respected pilots of the Air Force. So. To
become the hero within, huh?
Very much, yes. So that was kind of cool. Like, you know, basically facing adversity and always getting back up, not letting people tell you that you don't belong there. Because if you want to belong there, then you do belong there.
Damn right.
Okay, the last thing we're gonna talk about is some random notes that we thought about when we were watching the movie and afterwards. How about you go?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Lashana Lynch for her portrayal of Maria Rambeau. Once again, I didn't even hear of her until this movie, and she's from England. So yeah, another one taking over the mastering that American accent, right?
It's like the Skrulls. They're like assimilating us.
Yeah, she's a Skrull. Oh shit! But yeah, it was just cool, you know, to see, you know, that positive African American representation, you know, the women representation, and she wasn't just like a meek side character. She actually kicked ass, like I mentioned before. Flew that plane like she owned it, and I was like, ooh. Okay, girl, I see you in these skies, alright. It was dope, so that's all I got.
Alright, so I got a few things that...
Ooh, buckle, strap yourselves in, we about to get in.
Okay, so I used to assess movies. I used to have a blog for it and everything, and he's because he's actually read it.
Yep, I remember.
And, so there's a few things I have about the movie, some really cool things I noted, and some inconsistencies, because I have to give a fair balance to everything.
Of course.
You know,
but wait, what are you, Fox News, fair and balanced?
Okay, we're not going to get into the fact that whether it's fair and balanced or not for this video, but...
I was being sarcastic, by the way.
The one thing that I caught that was really interesting that I thought may be a note, I'm not really sure, you can debate this with me. So the little girl in there, I don't remember what was her name.
Maria's daughter?
Yeah.
I forget her name too.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Maria's daughter is a little girl, and she recognized Carol and everything, and she's just adorable. So what she mentions in the movie is, you know, she wants to visit Carol, you know, out in space when she goes out there to basically, you know, finish with the war that the Kree has started with the Skrulls. Essentially. So she talks about like, well, I can build a spaceship and go visit you. Now that kind of threw me for a loop because the new comics that came out about Iron Man, he gives the mantle to a little girl, actually not a little girl, a college student named Riri. Riri Williams, I think, which is different from this. However, she becomes the next Iron Man. So anyway, that's why I thought that kind of like, it kind of made me feel that it was attached to that, but I'm not really sure. So that might have been more of my imagination. The second thing I thought of when I was watching the movie was some inconsistencies.
Oh.
So Carol Danvers throughout her whole life is like crashing into, like she gets like this huge like dirt bike, or no, it's like a go-kart crash. And she falls like literally like 50 feet from the air in like Air Force training, where she slips from the ropes and falls like literally on her arm and her elbow, and every single time she gets up, and I'm like, you've got to have some broken bones, man.
Nah, you know what? No. She was a true warrior airman. Whoop.
Oh my god.
Can I get a whoop?
that would have immediately, basically cracked her arm all the way up. There's no way. No way. Every single time I'm like, are you sure you're human? Because you seem even superhuman before you got the powers and before you got the Kree blood, which makes you even more superpowered, right?
This is true. I have to agree with that. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, that was a little bit like, just a little, that's throwing me off of my, perception here. Another thing I thought about was the Kree. Some of the Kree were, looked like white, like regular humans, but they had the weird eyes. And then some of them were blue.
Yeah, that was kind of weird too, now that I think about it.
So we know from like Guardians of the Galaxy, because Ronan's actually in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's in this one too, which is awesome. And before he became Ronan the Accuser, and had the black paint and everything, there was blues, and then there was like whites that were just kind of like, it was really
blacks. It was blues and then everyone else, basically.
Yeah, so like they had obviously the Desmond who plays I think it's Kothar?
Something like that.
Yeah, so he plays that, and he's like the only black character in the entire Kree population. That's what it looks like. So
no, there was a black girl on the train in the beginning.
Was there?
Yes, I noticed. I have an eye for this sort of stuff. I see my peoples.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what I did was I actually did some research on this, and there is a reason why some of them are white. Now I can't explain the ones that are black. However, the Kree, or the true Kree, are actually blue, and the pink Kree, as they call them, because really the color actually of white people is pink instead of white. Yeah. They call it the pink Kree. Those are actually they're the same. There are Kree, but they are like kind of a sort of a branch off. And there's more of those people than there are actually blue Kree. But the blue Kree are the minority, are actually the ruling class. So I just thought about that was interesting. That note. And also
there's more?
Yeah, there's more.
Alright, let's keep it rolling.
So the whole cat Flurgan thing. So what I really love is the fact that they had this cat, and they were just like, no, this thing is a monster. Alright, heroes, that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed watching us and our review of Captain Marvel. So what did you think of Captain Marvel? Please let us know in the comments below, and let us know some more information if you have it on the Skrulls and everything else. Yeah, let's get that going, huh? Yeah. And if you enjoy our content, be sure to like, comment, share, and sure you can that subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Whoa. Yeah, so Street Fighter shit right there. And as always, until next time, put the shades on. Woo. Yeah. Gain knowledge. Take action. And be unstoppable, baby. Woo! Yeah! And one more thing. What happened to the spacesuit when she decided to put on Earth clothes instead? Go to fucking sleep, Simone. It's over!